Good evening. Starting to see a couple people in here. All right, we're starting to see a few more people in here. We have severe thunderstorms rolling towards the into the Cincinnati tri-state area now. We'll start things off with the radar view here. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Fayette, Union, Franklin, Ripley, and Dearborn County. And there's actually a tornado warning that was just issued northeast of Greensburg, and that would be just up into the county line of Franklin County here. So Clarksburg, St. Maurice is under a tornado warning right now. We're seeing some weak rotation here. We'll see if Wilmington decides to extend that into Franklin County. Again, there's a very small tornado warning for Decatur County here. Again, this would be Franklin County. Here's northeastern Decatur County, and there's a very small tornado warning in effect here. There's just enough rotation. The area they're looking at is right here, just to the south of Clarksburg, for a possible tornado. And again, here's the county line between Decatur and Franklin. So we'll see if Wilmington issues the tornado warning. There you go. Wilmington has issued a tornado warning. They've continued this tornado warning. Let me get you the text here. It's a tornado warning for northwestern Franklin County and southeastern Indiana and south central Fayette County in central Indiana. And that is in east central Indiana. And that is till 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, a tornado warning has just been issued for southern Fayette County and northwestern Franklin County. That is until 10 o'clock. So what we can do now, I'll show you exactly what we're talking about here. It's this area of rotation right here. This is the velocity mode that shows what direction the winds are moving within the storm. So there's your possible tornado in the vicinity of Clarksburg, moving towards Buena Vista, Midway, Mount Auburn, and potentially the Metamora area as well. Those areas are under a tornado warning, again, until 10 o'clock, so about half an hour from now. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for a fairly large area: Fayette, Union, Franklin, Ripley, and Dearborn County. That's your severe thunderstorm warnings. And that's for strong damaging wind gusts and possibly some hail. All right, guys, we have Josh in the chat. I'm Trevor. We have Josh in the chat right now. And if you are in, let's get our latest velocity scan here. What's good news is it's not very, very strong rotation. Again, it's right here in the vicinity of Clarksburg. It's probably over the county line by this point. What's good news is right now it's currently not very strong rotation. But we have to watch these really closely because they can, they're cyclical. They'll tighten up and then they'll weaken. So your central circulation is now more in the vicinity of Buena Vista, and that's Buena Vista in western Franklin County. Again, it's not very strong, so that's good news. But again, a tornado warning remains in effect for Franklin County and southern Fayette County. You can see we have these all lined up here from Richmond down through near Batesville and then down towards Seymour and Salem. So this is a pretty long line of strong to severe thunderstorms moving east-northeast towards the Cincinnati Tri-State and into the Cincinnati Tri-State. Okay, our tornadic circulation is really continued to weaken. Again, it would be located in this area, but it is currently not very strong. So that's good news. We have some high winds coming towards New Point right now, towards Oldenburg, Batesville. You're in the path of those strong to severe wind gusts. Guys, Josh is in the chat if you have any questions for him. Yeah, our new scans keep coming out of this storm here in Franklin County, and we're continuing to see that rotation weaken. But again, I'll caution you that it is cyclical, so we'll see if it wraps up again. But the rotation is very weak. It's fairly broad, but it is right about there right now. I just got our new radar scan. Rotation right about here. Again, fairly weak, fairly broad. I don't believe we have a active tornado on the ground at the moment. But again, this has kind of been cycling. It'll wrap up and then it'll, the circulation will then loosen and weaken and then it'll wrap up again. So we're keeping an eye on that to see if that does continue. Again, a tornado warning for southern Fayette County and northwestern Franklin County. We'll actually put a tracker on the area of rotation. I believe this is moving at about 60 miles an hour, 50 miles per hour. So we could put a track on that. Midway about 9:52 and Blooming Grove. Midway about 9:42, about a minute from now, and Blooming Grove at 9:52. be some locations in the path of that potential tornado. Further south, we have again Ripley and Dearborn County underneath and all of Franklin County, Fayette and Union County, all of those areas under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and small hail. Some very strong winds coming into Hamburg, Oldenburg, and Peppertown right now. Again, here's your tornado circulation. It's right up over Midway right now, to the south of Mount Auburn. Again, not particularly organized, which is good news. Nonetheless, a tornado warning continues until 10 o'clock. Again, we have to watch to see if this kind of starts to ramp up again or if it's done. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Hail tracker is not picking up anything too particularly gnarly right now. See lots of blues here. Probably the only one would be down here out of our coverage area, north of Louisville. But not seeing particularly strong signature for large hail. More so your pea to dime size hail is what we're dealing with. All right, it looks like the Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning for Franklin County. They're either canceled it or they're reissuing it. Let me see real quick. I believe they've canceled it. It looks like they've canceled the tornado. So we're in two different forecast offices here right now. So this is the Franklin County line. This tornado warning is issued by Indianapolis, the Indianapolis Weather Service office, and then the one that was here in Franklin County is by Wilmington. So what it looks like is that Indianapolis has not canceled theirs yet, but Wilmington decided to. So again, the rotation is very, very weak and very broad. It is right here to the west of Metamora, right over Midway, and in the vicinity of Mount Auburn and Laurel. But again, it looks like they have decided to drop the tornado warning for Franklin County. Pretty strong wind signature again here in the vicinity of Batesville. Okay, it looks like all tornado warnings have been dropped by both Wilmington and Indianapolis. And now we're basically looking at just a fairly wide swath of severe thunderstorm warnings. From Richmond down through Connorsville, Greensburg, Seymour, till about Louisville is where we currently have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. This line continues to advance eastward fairly quickly, about 55 miles per hour. Starting to see a bit of a drop in lightning activity. That might just be temporary or a sign that these storms are starting to weaken. That was expected. Starting to come into better range of Wilmington's radar. But for now, we're still going to use Indianapolis as it is closer. Again, this whole line is moving to the northeast, about 50 to 60 miles per hour. And we're starting to see some of these cores come down in intensity. Lightning activity is starting to weaken. Again, those are signs that this line is probably on its way down in intensity. No active tornado warnings. Again, those have been allowed to expire early as the rotation weakened. I'll show you that again here. We had a fairly strong area of rotation coming out of Greensburg, as you can see here, and then it kind of really started to fall apart as it entered Franklin County. Heavy rain associated with these storms currently. And again, you'll see these kind of cores here where you'll have your stronger wind gusts right in advance of those. Connorsville's getting a pretty good one right now. Severe winds approaching, going through Connorsville right now, approaching Brownsville, Yankeetown, Liberty. You're up next with these 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Quite a bit of lightning with this storm up here in Connorsville and Fayette County as well. So that's a pretty strong cell. You'll probably hear my cat Maggie. She likes to get involved with the streams. Pretty good wind signature there. south of Metamora right now. Kind of surging out towards Blooming Grove. I'm going to watch this area in the vicinity of Batesville. Currently no tornado warning, but there might be something there trying to spin up. We'll keep a close eye on that. You're in Cincinnati, you probably will be able to look out to your west right now and see some lightning strikes in the distance. Very strong winds coming into Union County right now. There's the Fayette Union County line. See, these winds are, see, there's a bit of like almost like a little bow echo right there, indicative of some strong winds rushing into Union County, Brownsville, Liberty. I'm going to be seeing some very strong winds here shortly if you aren't already. Have some weak rotation near Batesville. We have some weak rotation near Metamora right now. We're watching that closely. Yeah, I just talked to Josh on the side. He's noticing the weakening as well. We're missing a couple of key ingredients for severe weather today, and that's instability and moisture. Both of those are on the low side. So today, I mean, it shows that we've had, tornado warnings and lots of severe thunderstorm warnings. It shows that, with the right setup, you don't need a ton of that. But in order for this to continue, and for it to have been a lot stronger, we would have needed more moisture and more instability. Both of those were very low today. And Josh made a good point that we are seeing that loss of daytime heating. So as you know, if you follow thunderstorms in this area, you know, you'll kind of notice that they tend to decrease in intensity with the loss of daytime heating, especially this time of year. Later into the spring and into the summer, it's not as important because you have a lot more instability to work with and a lot more moisture. But this time of year, these storms are pretty sensitive to loss of heating. We have not seen any new tornado warnings, so that's good. Look at velocity again. Again, we see some weak rotation here in Franklin County and near the Batesville area. Again, not anything that we're particularly concerned about right now. That's probably more of a strong wind signature than a true rotational signature, but there's a bit of weak rotation in those two areas, but certainly not enough to warrant a tornado warning at the moment. Pretty good amount of cloud to ground lightning strikes in here. You can see these little lightning symbols. It's all lightning that is cloud to ground. So lots of that going on. Heavy rains, very heavy rains with this as well. What I'll do is I'm going to take the radar off and just show you the warnings we have right now. Okay, here's our severe thunderstorm warnings. The polygons here. Again, in the Cincinnati Weather Center coverage area, the counties affected by these right now would be, just got another one, be Fayette Union, Franklin, Ripley, and Dearborn County. And now we can include northwestern Butler County, specifically the Oxford area, in severe thunderstorm warning. And here's your severe thunderstorm warnings. These are for winds to 60 miles per hour, no current tornado warnings. Let's go back to radar. Starting to get into better range of Wilmington's radar, but the storm of particular concern right now with the new warning would be this right here, the one at the Bow Echo I was talking about the Bow feature, and that is coming through Union County right now, and we'll be, and it kind of has another one right here. Those are kind of your wind bursts right there where the strongest winds are with this. Back to Indianapolis, it's a bit of a better view of these storms. At our velocity again. Yeah, you can see here's a pretty strong wind signature. Got another over Union County. Got another one here, fairly impressive wind signature. And another one maybe here just outside of Batesville. So that's definitely some strong, indicative of some strong winds with these storms. But what we're going to see is these kind of progressively weaken over the next couple of hours as they enter the Cincinnati area. And in fact, since these are none of these are the more significant severe thunderstorm warnings or We have no longer any tornado warnings. I'm gonna hop off the live stream here, and we'll be posting warning updates on the Facebook page. But currently, these are just your basic level severe thunderstorm warnings, wind gusts up to 60 mile per hour. None of these are the particularly dangerous severe thunderstorm warnings, and we have no tornado warnings active at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and sign off of here and have updates posted regularly on the Facebook page. So thanks for joining me, and we will of course break in if we have any significant warnings issued.